A racialist is what populates the Justice Department. It's people who view everything through the lens of race.
In your opinion, what is the connection between the new Black Panther Party and President Obama?
Well, you know, that's something that I touch on in the book. A couple things are clear, but there's more unanswered questions than there is clarity. Among the things that are clear is that Attorney General Holder personally knew about the Black Panther case, was briefed on it before the dismissal. He could have said, don't dismiss this case. Instead, as I discuss in the book, the only instructions he gave was, you realize there can be some bad press if we dismiss the case. So he was more concerned about the bad press than he was the rights of people who were violated. And that's very unfortunate.
And you use two terms in the book that are interesting. Racial and racialist, you have a distinction between them. Could you talk about it briefly and why you made the distinction between these two?
Indeed. A racialist is what populates the Justice Department. It's people who view everything through the lens of race. I'll give you an example from the book. Charlotte Jackson. Charlotte Jackson is an attorney in the housing section. She is a militant opponent of ever having an office picnic, because she views the word picnic as racist, okay? And so she vehemently campaigns against office picnics. And of course it's nutty, but it's not just trivial, because these racially paranoid attorneys are suing places like Adams Mark Hotels, AIG, Denny's, Domino's Pizza, University of Michigan, all because of racial discrimination. So if you have people with this enormous power who view everything through a racially polarized lens, there's public policy implications.
And aside from the new Black Panther case, what other instances are there in the Justice Department going on now, cases that are completely out of control, I guess, to use your term, racialist, I guess, or not even dealing with race, but gross injustices, to use your term?
Well, there's so many, we don't have time to discuss them all, but I'll give you a couple. One is the transvestites in school case. The Justice Department is suing school districts because some children wanted to come to school dressed as transvestites in New York, and the Justice Department didn't like the fact that the school was cracking down on this. So they actually filed a lawsuit, and the school district rolled and capitulated. The Justice Department is bringing cases to ensure that firefighters and police officers who fail the entrance exams are hired into the police force and firefighting department. One of the questions on the entrance exam shows a burning house with a window with flames coming out and a window with no flames, and the question says, where do you think the fire is? Right? And so people who failed these exams, this DOJ is forcing the police departments to hire.
That has nothing to do with the Ricci case back at the Supreme Court.
Well, it does, actually, because they're ignoring it. They're ignoring it, and I discuss this in the book, where they're absolutely ignoring the ruling in the Supreme Court in the Ricci case, and they're continuing with their pattern and practice and disparate impact cases.